Hello, everybody. This is lordvolkhark here. This is me doing a little bit of a rant. Why? Because, well, there were some things that went on. And I'm going to make sure I actually have to, well, I will link up some pages directly to this, but I'm going to give you some direct quotes and everything else that went on. But I will maintain the anonymity of the individual. This was an actual Facebook discussion, as much as we want to believe an argument that I was angry. My actual end up result was I asked him a couple times, would you like to come on to YouTube and do a live response? Now, before I even get into that, I've gone too far. Let's go on what actually is this is going on. Okay, so recently history was made. Legally, people can marry whoever the hell they want in the sense of humans with humans. That's right, humans with humans. That, as much as the weird ignorant responses were, I'm going to use that word a lot because it was used to apply to me, and let's see how we can use this in good definition. So the ignorant responses were oh, gay marriage doesn't make any sense, and they gave a response, and yes, that means anybody can marry in a gay marriage by legal terms across any state. And the reason that is because the Supreme Court, who also allowed where my mother could have married, a black individual. I'm half black, and Native American, so on and so forth, and other stuff. And she white. Anyway, also, made it where I can go to school with black and white, students as well, together under equal equality. The state, well, the Supreme Court approved gay marriage is a fundamental thing that should be allowed and is covered underneath our rights. And there's actually a better detail of actually what it is if you want to look it up. And I love some of the responses that the actual judges gave out. Now, this means that all 50 states are required to legally allow gay people to marry. Gay and lesbian couples are allowed to marry. You know what? Damn right. Because this was becoming an issue that made the same sense as past issues that had to be applied to the Supreme Court. Anywho, that's actually why I've been watching a little bit closer to Facebook to see who responds and how. There's been a few people direct anger, but this gentleman, or individual, sorry, gentleman or ma'am, could be possible, came forward and gave a calm response, or what they believe was a calm response on the biblical side. Because if you've ever really met anybody that tries to uphold to the peace side or the peace side of the actual Christian faith, which includes Catholicism and Judaism, believe it or not, even though people would like to believe that Judaism, Catholicism, and baptism, or whatever the Americans we have for multiple definition of what's Christianity, they really do want to believe that they're all different. But the problem is they all came from the same doctrine. Now, everyone knows the famous quote from the Bible, which is, man shall not lie with another man as they would with a woman. Now, my ultimate response has always been, when I heard that, I was like, don't they not? Yeah, that's kind of why it's an oddity. I guess because the sexual revolution really hadn't happened, or we really hadn't discussed sex in that society, and they kind of still believed in certain things. Now, the interesting thing that actually made me angry was when he gave a quote from, well, he didn't give a quote, he actually posted from not from YouTube, but from me. From what is a page called 5 Things Jesus Would Say to the Gay Community. Now, that's very interesting because Jesus had nothing to say about the gay community. He did not. The laws and system in place that would more likely be written by man which is the important part that most people go ignore in the Bible, except for when apparently when the gay community is involved, did not include Jesus. And I think there's a reason why. I really can't say I'm a part of any religion, but and I'm not fully against them in certain senses of. Let me put it in the Buddhist terms, which is not fully a religion, is idealism more than anything else. But anyway, anything that does not cause, you know, anything that is truly indentured into peace is acceptable to us, is one of their actual definitions. And they would agree with they're fine with any other religion around them. Again, they're not fully arisen in their doctrine, as long as they actually symbolize peace. Now, that has been uptaken in certain people when they want to hold for the peace of, what is supposed to be their religion. Now, the way that they do that, and this fellow did, now, 5 ways I would say to 5 things Jesus would say to the gay community. Now, there's direct quotes, and then there's actual biblical ones. And, these are links to the biblical ones, but they are not directly tied into these quotes. Now, some of them are, is Jesus was tempted in a very the way that we were tempted. What? I don't understand. We have been tempted in the sexual nature, straight or gay, but the ultimate wrong one is the gay one. But, hey, it's fine to be tempted over here straight. Because we can stare whatever the hell we want, and stare at people's ass. Really fucking degrading onto, female can get another male, degrade the shit out of them. And that's okay, because it's straight. Which actually, interesting enough, this individual used to do as a child. I don't believe he does that anymore, or she does not do that anymore. And this individual, well, I mean, it was very surprising. Now, his or her responses were interesting, because he or she included the reference of, I do love my homosexual brethren, or, my friends that I have, but I believe that they have sinned. He who casts first stone, who he who has not sinned cast the first stone, is an ultimate statement, and it has been agreed upon that it is a statement, and this is very damn obvious. You don't get to say sin if you have sinned. And a lot of the famous beliefs is that once you can absolve yourself of your sins, and there's a lot more of people that believe in the holy saintism, which is when you've absolved yourself and then you maintain away from your sins. And this kind of sounds like what this person believes in. And I mean, it's just mind-blowing. The ultimate quote that this individual decided to shoot, was included in all of this, that actually made me personally very distressed, was between Ephesians 3:17 through 21. Oh, sorry, 3:17 through 21, or 3 Mark 17:21. They have it very detailed in the Bible. I remember when I was technically in Bible camp included. I was in reading for Bible camp, where you had to speed reading so you could quote verses or find verses really quickly. So, as many people have always said, but you've never read the Bible, I'm going to give you the ultimate hint. Yeah, I used to play games like that, which means I've had to know where they were. Anyway, so that Christ may dwell in your heart in faith, and may pray that you rooted and established in love. May you pray together in all things holy and people, and grass and wine. Sorry, I think this might be the wrong one. Yeah, this is the wrong one. I'd like to apologize to everybody. So this is the wrong one. Let's find out where the actual real one is. So then it must have been Matthew. Was it Matthew? This is Matthew. Oh, okay. So the only statement directly has always been assumed or easily approved was, thou shalt not malign. Haven't you read? He replied. On it. By the way, sorry, this is Matthew 19, 4 through 6. So that's the actual one. This is Matthew 19, 4 through 6. My mistake. I clicked on the second one when I was trying to review things, and then I really thought about what actually these were trying to say. Haven't you read? He replied, that the beginning. Well, at the beginning, the Creator made them male and female, and said, for this reason, a man will leave his father and mother and be united to his wife, and the two will become one flesh. Now, this is common. I've heard in weddings a billion times. Now, here's the end part. So they are no longer two, but one flesh. Therefore, what God has joined together, let no one separate. I've heard this in weddings a billion times. This is Matthew 19, 4 through 6. And you know what it offended me was they were trying to say, because it says this in this language or defined language. By the way, the Bible is not written in English. It is not. But they also had a limited understanding of their own language. How do we know this? The very lack of definition or design structure that they put into their making the Bible, and I could give you a reason why. That way you could always change the design structure. Yeah, this could be argumental. Anyway, haven't you read, he replied, that at the beginning the Creator made them man and female? Okay, so what it took me to, a little while, and I finally went to another link before I was like, wait a minute. What people are using this is, and this person represented as themselves, was this quote that I've heard a billion times in weddings is proof that man and man should not marry, and woman and woman should not marry, because these statements were spoken by Jesus. And that's their definition of it. But I mean, this sounds pretty, clear. Haven't you read, he replied, that at the beginning the Creator made them male and female, and said, for their reason, a male will leave his father and mother, unite with his wife, and two will become one flesh. Does that mean that you think that this quote wouldn't have been changed in Jesus' mouth if it was a man and man? And there are a lot of different quotes used in this particular, one post, and it was amazing to me what they decided to use and what they tore apart. And you know what? I love the end result was this person decided to ignore me after I said, we want to come on YouTube and do an interview in between. I really wanted to get this person's side, and no. But the other things that this person did say that actually shocked me, and this person is in the medical field. He brought up the gay people and spreading the virus or sexual transmitted viruses and how much they have in causing such issue. And I went, I was afraid for them because of that. And I went, what the hell do you mean? You do understand that more sexual transmitted viruses have been transmitted because of straight couples than ever gay, correct? Now he or she never responded back like it was, oh, that I can disprove that, give you levels that, but that was silence. But I also included that I have met a 40-year-old woman who believed that it was AIDS is only a gay virus still to this day. It's 2015. These are the type of people that have been leading things. These are the type of people who we trust with things. Because I said this individual is in the medical field and has been for a good while since they graduated from college and went into it. And that's a person in the medical field's personal belief that actually could affect, patients. And I think this individual has gone to other countries. And I hope in other countries he realized that some of these countries it's illegal to be gay. There's still gay people there. That's actually another thing. I'll include that rant. But they have a shit ton of like AIDS. And I hope you looked around and wondered why it was a lot of these raped women, or just women and men, men who didn't come forward, but a shit ton of women who had the virus that came forward with their children. And I bet you, because the oddity was, the statement you said, it sounded like you honestly believe that anybody, it's obvious that most of the gay viruses, it's a gay virus, right? But then why the hell is it spreading fast in a nation that it's fucking illegal to be gay? Why did it spread so fast when we wanted to believe it was gay when it was over here in America, which was probably its starting ground for AIDS? Because I honestly do believe it's a better starting ground here than in Africa. I think there's been enough cases in Africa that there's people who have immunity to it, and we're blown away that they have immunity to certain levels of it. Because exposure has been in that high amount, and they have been breeding at that fast rate. Humans have to live against it and develop an immunity to it. Wow. But I love my friends who are gay, but they are sinning. And the reason I asked this person on there is because I honestly wanted to see, this can't be. This cannot be. This must be conjecture. I still believe right now. I honestly believe I am full of shit that I don't understand certain things about this person's, opinion. But, this is, after being called ignorant, not stupid, but ignorant. Ignorant of what? I was raised in the church. My grandmother was Catholic. My mom escaped Catholicism and became a Baptist. I'm second raised Baptist. The one thing that I missed doing with my grandmother, and I only did it once ever, was going to a Catholic church. Why? Because it was amazing to go with her and feel like I was involved with something that was involved in her culture. But I don't want to believe people exist like that. Want to believe in stuff that is used for marriages like that. You know, I don't want to believe people in the medical field believe that STDs, all kinds of STDs, are gay viruses. I don't want to believe somebody calls me ignorant but not stupid and does things for people or helps them with certain knowledge and then believes this way. I want to believe that I don't know what this person's actual, real statements are. I don't believe that I just pissed them off, or I just look at like a ranting fool through text. That's actually why I try to get an interview going through live through YouTube. Why? Because I was going to share it publicly. Why? Because I wanted to be, if I was going to be proven wrong, I wanted to be proven wrong. But nothing happened. Silence happened, and then there was a quote on Facebook a little while later. Don't judge me. Basically, is the damn easy thing for a quote unless you really know me. What we carry before us, this is something that past used to hear. What we carry before us, what we represent as ourselves, is what we represent is our faith. If that's your faith, I don't want to be a part of it. If that's your religion, I don't want to know it. I don't want my children to know it. And I don't have children. I don't want anybody's children to know it. Because it is so damning. It is so destroying of something that it's not even involved in. I mean, this person even brought up, yes, there's atrocities that have happened before in the name of God, including like the sacking of Jerusalem. So they recognize the sacking of Jerusalem. And these horrors are included. But it was also the statement that ended up happening was, I don't accept, well, they live their lifestyle. And this is actually the reason the Jerusalem quote is. I was like, do you know what it has been to be gay before this? And I'm straight. I'm just half black and everything else. I got the brief end of crap. And I don't get, culturally, all right, so I'm in the middle of the divide because I'm white enough to be yellow. I love yellow, and we get laughed at because we don't have the same belief system as yada yada. Anyway, so the ultimate rant was when he said lifestyle, or the person said lifestyle, or he or she said lifestyle. I constantly say there's a reason for that. That's the dominant vernacular. That's easy to respond to. Anyway, I need to say person better. Anyway, so this person said lifestyle. Didn't say choice. But the definition of lifestyle is a choice. The best way to ever say it. You choose your lifestyle. Gay lifestyle. I've never met a gay person, and even the gay people who said I'm healed that wanted to be gay. I've never met a straight person that wanted to be straight. We were just fucking straight. I never knew the moment when I was going to be officially straight. I was fucking curious once or twice. That was it. That never occurred to it. Because of the mind. Now, that was a moment of me in my mind. But they're meant to be that way. And how do we know it? Because they have been abused so long in this United States. United States, more primary than a lot of other places. There's still a lot of places, still regulation and everything else, with social law, moral law. Yet we pronounce freedom. And we finally stepped up. And I hope this upholds. In the state of Texas, you never know what they'll try to do to squash out laws or responses to anything, and president and everything else. But wow, what do you say? I mean, I could get verbally angry and say, "Fuck that person," or everything else, but I wanted to hear why, because I was curious. I've asked people that were honestly believe in a racial divide, and I've asked why. Honestly, I asked why. And the reason I asked why is because it was general curiosity, and because I couldn't see reason why. I wanted to know what they saw as a reason why. Why? Because they have a reason. People don't just fucking do things like this. They have a reason. They have an approach. They have the psychological definition of their stuff because they've applied reasoning to their things. And I've tried hard as hell to apply a lot of reasoning to my stuff, for my stances and everything else. So, I had to assume that's what everyone else does. But I can't see it. Now, what I am interested in is this person did not say, "I pray for you, I will pray for you," and end the conversation that way. No. They decided to end it by cutting off a child. And hence the reason I am not spitting anger or anything else. I would like to respond this way. I am hoping for you. I am hoping that someone, to be honest, that I truly felt was above me intellectually wise, don't know, we never really had a chance to figure out in between things. And I'm still trying to figure out my own intellect anyway, because most of the world assumed I was stupid as hell. And you know what? Things are falling into place that make me actually understand. I'm not. But I hope for you that you don't lose people, that you don't have to watch as someone badmouths somebody else's wedding. I hope no one invites you to their wedding if they are, it's a man and man or woman and woman wedding, and that you have to tell them these things. And the reason I hope for you that way is because, I just can't see a reason why you should. Man should not only lie with another man as man lies with woman. Biologically, this medically smart person should be able to understand that biologically that's basically not enjoyable. I don't think it would be. And then they should wonder, what did that mean if that's not possible that way? Better point, where's the rest of the world in the Bible? We have a book written by a god or inspired by a god in such a small place where nothing else was important anywhere else. But only these societal positions here which happen to be, very rich positions. So I can tell you probably why these came up, and it's why other religions are in certain areas. They gain the riches of the culture and use that as the power and everything. Um, anyway, it's personal belief of that one, but it kind of makes a lot more sense if you ever really watch or define where certain religions are and superpowers are. And you go, that's why this carried over. Anyway, I don't even know. I got on my last statement, guys. This is obviously a rant. This is a rant because I am blown away. I was blown away when I was like, wow, gay marriage is legal. Sorry, marriage is legal. That was another good one that I actually saw. It was a very good quote. Wow, guy walks up and he goes, hey, marriage is legal. He goes, don't you mean gay marriage? He goes, what's the difference? Nothing. It's marriage. It could have been done in a church. Should be done in a church, maybe. Just because a lot of these people, that's another sign of, gay is not a lifestyle. They're still in the churches. They still support the churches. They support their communities in their churches. They would stamp all over my ass for saying maybe their religion is wrong. People misunderstand things. Because it's not a part of the Abraham laws, which is the ones that are supposed to be followed. Or if Jesus overripped those, what Jesus said. And guess what Jesus said? I mean, this is in red letters right before me. Haven't you read, he replied, that the beginning of the Creator made them man and female, and said, for this reason, man will leave his father and mother and united with his wife. Okay. Have you met some of these gay gentlemen that are marrying some of the more masculine? Matter of fact, more 95% of the time I have met masculine, feminine. That's a woman in my mind. Not, a downbreak on women, but I mean, that is what draws us. It's a power. The same both ways. Because I have met powerful women who date meeker men and marry meeker men. Why? Because they want that. That is their communion between their being. And they are of one flesh. And they are happy. I'm single. Oh, no, I'm not single. I'm dating somebody, I believe is the definition term of this. Anyway, whether or not I get married is really up to that individual. I wouldn't want to do it in the short term. I'd rather make them happy for a long period of time and really decide if my crazy is worth it during moments like this. But I will not look down. It didn't have a fucking thing to do with me. You know what I mean? Nothing to look down. Let me put ignorance to something that you're not involved in. Or if you are involved in, if you are a saved gay person, this individual, my response is you weren't saved. Jesus never said, I can cure gay people. Jesus said, I cure the sick, the hungry, the poor, and those with pain. Jesus never cast out a gay demon. Jesus walked with the lowest people of the low as equals to him for one reason, because they were equals to everybody. I can't even say that I believe in this, but this is the way he walked in life. Hookers, whores. The man walked with thieves and stood there and said, "Forgive these thieves," as he died. Best voice I can give you for Liz Dakota. And that's my opinion, I guess. But that's my opinion because, I mean, this is the most open-scaled book that you could ever take and decide what you actually get an opinion off of that I've ever read. And you know what? I don't follow it because it is that way. I follow what I believe morally, or what I was taught morally to believe, and then what I decided was actually correct, involving in that moral. I was taught by a woman who, the day I brought forward, I was told that, gay people were sinning. She looked at me and goes, "They're wrong, honey. Just don't bring it up to them." And she escaped Catholicism, baptism, specifically baptism, and Christianity, and popular American Christianity definitions, not Satanism, but baptism. And she raised me within that, but she raised me with the same morals that she thought these things were wrong. And the reason she thought these things were wrong, because she did have half black children, and she remembers, hearing statements of, separation still to the end. I'm only 28. I was born in 1986. And it was within that term of 1986 of my birth that she was very uneased of what the world would treat us like. And she is so happy to have seen what the world became, because we have my niece, who's also half black, and she will never know any of that. She truly believes she will never know any of that except for history. They will never know, what Nazis are. Why? Because neo-Nazi movements have been destroyed. KKK basically been destroyed. These separatist people have been destroyed. Does that mean we need to destroy people of faith? I would sadly say, if this is the way they want to walk, which is not the way my mom walked, my grandmother wouldn't walk that way. My grandmother stayed in Catholicism until she died. And she would never have believed that way either. And we don't have anybody directly in family. We have family friends. But if I were ever gay, and if I came out, even to my stepdad, who's a new Christian, that man would never have cared. He wanted to meet my boyfriend. My mother would. My sister would. My uncle would. My aunt, who was a traditionalist Catholic, would. What were you raised in? Hate the sin, love the sinner. These two statements don't fit in the same march. Love and hate. You either have love, which is the ultimate definition of all in existence. You actually accept it all, the love and hate and pain. All is one. Or you have hate. You accept nothing. I know that sounds strange even saying that way, but I mean, the best thing I've ever heard for happiness, even the word happiness, is we accept everything that makes us unhappy alongside of what is defined as happy, and that is happiness. Because both are the same. Weird. Anyway, I should cut this off because I don't want to be rude, misstatement. I'm going to keep this individual completely anonymity within their anonymity rights, because they had no interest in doing any of the conversation between the two. But they did post in response, you don't know me, can't judge me. Basically is the quote, and I won't look it up directly right now. But yeah. I've been ignored, taken away from. But this is my response back. This is my response to, I'm in Texas. This is my response right now that is offended that gay marriage is going on. And the reason is because I can't see a reason you should be offended. Every one of you are like, oh God, they're gonna force gay marriage down our, down our freaking throats. Oh God, we're gonna have to make cakes for them. No, you won't. You just won't get that business. Somebody's gonna have to make cakes for them. Fuck, I'll make cakes. Let's go make money. Let's make the most gallant cake with 2 men on top of it, or 2 women on top of it. Fuck, 3 men on top of it. Let's go with that all the way in the quarter of everything else. Whatever will make people happy, let's make people happy. Anyway, let's do whatever we need. And for everyone that tells you no because you're gay, I want you to go with somebody that says yes because you're gay, even though despite the fact you're gay, or shouldn't be despite, because you're happy and you're trying to marry. And I want you to look at them and be like, okay. And then go to the other person that says, oh, it's fine. I don't care either way. I want you to pay them double or something like that. And I want you to walk over the receipt to the person that said no, lay it down on their counter, and be like, look at what that person made for saying yes. Not because he was, trying to get an agreement. And this note says right here that it was because they said yes, and then I did it after they had already agreed to the payment. Something like that, just to put in the diss and everything else. For every location that tells you no because they want to uphold for non-moral traditions, do something. Make sure they're known. Let's stop hiding. We didn't let the Nazis hide afterwards. Let's let these people not hide anymore. If this is going to be their position, then they're going to be their position forward. This is where they're going to walk. I want them to walk into church with a sign that says right here that I don't believe in homosexuality, or that homosexuality is a sin. And I want them to sit in their own damn pews versus the people over here who have the shirt that says, I believe in it. That would just be cruelty. I can only imagine what cruelty is, like making it illegal for the sex act that they enjoy, again, in a state, for beating the crap out of someone or kidnapping them to reorient them back to the way you believe that things are supposed to be. Because this is what you associate with. Beating and raping them, which is funny apart. Beatings and rapings, mostly homosexual males beating and raping of straight males. Those are the strangest things. I don't know. What do you want to be a representative of? This man said that he wanted to be this person. Sorry, I can't keep saying man because again, it's not a man, not a woman. It's a person. The easy way to say it's man because of the definition of words. Anyway, this individual says, I have friends. They're gay, and they know I believe they sin. Who the fuck wanted to stay around for that? I don't know. How much longer will they? I know you won't feel a loss, because that's just the different tribes that walk off. They are sinners over their failures, but I will reach out to them with my holiness. Which again, the interesting thing was he even said that I have failed before in life, or I've nothing to say against. I have no true stance against. Yet you do put a stance against. Because you're not God, but you would claim a sin to someone else. You would stand with these phrases is meaning something else. It's God's choice if this was written by God. And the most interesting part was I did actually ask him, or him or her, damn it, have you ever seen the Bible, the original pages? And I got a answer. They're rare and yada yada. I was like, have you ever seen the Bible? I mean, the original pages of the Declaration of Independence, the drafts and everything else, are where you can see it in the museum, and that's a newer document. That's my ultimate statement, by the way, guys. This is my go-to on this one. Yet I have never seen a spot to go see the papyrus prints of the Bible. The notes from Paul. Yeah, Paul to the church. I'm having a day now. Paul to the church. It was John, and I want to say Paul. The reason I want to say Paul is because I believe that's where I read it. It was John. I apologize. But anyway, the notes to the church. That means these letters are upheld somewhere, people. They should be, right? Why the hell don't we get to see that? We get to see the shroud of Turin. We get to see the multiple locations where we think Jesus was hung from a cross, which he was not hung from a cross. He was hung from a cross structure. Could you imagine? Didn't say biblically that you were supposed to be wearing a cross. He was hung from a cross structure. He was named the Lamb of God by God's words, or the Son of God, so by God's word. But no, we don't wear the word Son. We wear a cross where we will shove non-believers. No, anyway, I have never heard of anyone physically seeing these pages. And it was actually that factor that changed me from believing even more, enough to actually go, why the hell did I ever believe in this? There is no true Torah. There are scriptures from Buddha. There are scripted words that we have from whoever the hell the Muslims believe in. I'm not hating on the Muslim people, by the way. But they have their book. Their book is where you can go and see it and everything else. It is printed. It's slightly legible and everything else. It's surviving pages from yada yada centuries and so on and so forth. However, really supposed to be older. Because the Muslim faith is kind of listed alongside of what faith. Anyway, where did these words go? Where did these pages go? We know they've been rewritten over the societal times, from Roman, they're supposedly translated, which we know they were actually not translated at one point in time, and that people were so, they just couldn't read. Anyway, where did they go? Were they in the Egyptian library and burned? That couldn't be, because that existed before that. Where did the documentation that Jesus was a leader of this group, which they would have listed as Jewish for faith and everything else wise, as far as I would ever have told from the, it was never mentioned in Roman documentation as far as I've ever heard. They acknowledged that there was a faith, but they acknowledged there was a problem with the faith. They never acknowledged a leader named Jesus. Pontius Pilate never truly acknowledged him. Nobody did acknowledge the religion to save his mother, because his mother became a part of the religion. I don't know, that was the oddest statement. And his response was they were just ultimate rare fires, yada yada. Now that I know where they are, persons in the medical field, I would understand that, but not that I know where they are. But he's following the King James version. But he also understands, or he or she understands. Sorry again. That it has been revised, or that it has been translated over, and he hopes, I guess, he or she hopes that it's never been altered to fit somebody's belief system, because no one named King James wanted divorce. My only statement of that one. It's the only statement I can put on this. Anyway, this is what causes the rant. This is the mind-blowing, the mind-numbing stuff. And maybe because I post this, maybe this person will come out and be like, hey, let's do this. I'm going to stomp your ass. Let me put down, my foot. I'm going to disprove you. You know what? Yeah, go ahead and disprove me. I want to hear it. I want to hear it. I want to hear a reason. And you know what? It's not because I'm looking for a religion. Because I finally want to hear a reason. There has been so much shit said and done, but there also has been so much little said and done at the same time, which sounds like an oxymoron, but so is this entire involved. Anyway, so I apologize for the rant. We'll keep the individual's anonymity. I will post on the bottom the link that was posted. And you know what? Thank God for the Supreme Court. Yeah, that's right. Thank God. I was raised in the Christian religion. I still have those statements. Why? Because it was the commonality. So thank God for the Supreme Court decision to allow everyone to be happy and that love won. This is Lord Volkhark from Waco, Texas, where I hope maybe soon that I can actually attend a man or a woman's wedding with a smile in my heart because they were allowed to and were able to go against everything else. Thank you very much. Thank you.